one and all present over here for the today's function. This is Praful. It has been an honor to be a part of this delightful conference. We are your host for this event, valedictory function of a journey of 2 knowledgeable days. On behalf of PCET's Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude towards Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust, PCET, for giving us an opportunity to organize such a meaningful international conference, 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 and 𝐈𝐵𝐴 2022. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling months in advance. Hence, I would like to take this moment to thank the very motivated and dedicated conference convener, co-convener, teaching, non-teaching staff, and students who made this conference immensely successful. If time is the money, then today you have spent millions for us for making this event successful. Thank you.
Growth is never by mere chance. It is a result of forces working together. With this note, I request all the respected guests and dignitaries to occupy their seats on the dais. I request Atul sir, Kulkarni sir, Chopde sir, Nilesh Adkar sir, Dheeraj sir, Kolte sir, and Deshmukh sir to occupy their seats on the dais. Thank you, everyone. One might well say that mankind is divisible into 2 great classes, hosts and guests. It's a pleasure to felicitate today's guest for the valedictory function. I would now request our Honorable Director, Dr. Govind Kulkarni sir, to felicitate Shri Atul Kurani, Head IoT, IIoT, Practice and Global Medical Business, VP, Capgemini Engineering. You're welcome, sir. Further, I request Dr. P.A. Deshmukh, 𝐈𝐴's Conference Chair, to felicitate Shri Nilesh Adkar, Manager, Application Engineering, Henkel Private India Limited. Welcome, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. M.T. Kolte, the Conference Chair of 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022, to felicitate Mr. Dheeraj Chaurasia, IEEE Representative, Pune Section. Welcome, sir. Further, we are also honored to felicitate our sponsors for the conferences. For 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022, Mr. Prasad Shetty, VP Capgemini, a platinum sponsor for 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022. I request Kolte sir to do the honors, please. also request Kolte sir to felicitate Mr. Mayur Patil from MTS Electronics, a sponsor for 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022. Thank you, sir. We are also thankful to our other sponsors of 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022, Innovative Solutions India Private Limited, Prime Electrochem Private Limited, and Imperial Institute of Excellence. Further, we would like to felicitate the sponsors of 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝐴𝑠 2022 as well. I would request Dr. P.A. Deshmukh sir to do the honors. Our platinum sponsor of 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝑎𝑠 2022, Henkel India Private Limited. I request Mr. Shashank Dhamankar and Mr. Piyush Sonmore to come forward. I further request Deshmukh sir to felicitate Mr. Vikas Patil from Savi Infra, our gold sponsor for 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝑠 2022. I guess he is not available. Our next sponsor, silver sponsor for 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝑠 2022, Imperial Overseas Educational Consultant. I request them to come forward. Sorry for his absence. The next sponsor, bronze sponsor, Techno Sales. Roots Day India, the next sponsor for 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝑠 2022. Raise Machine Tools Private Limited. We are also thankful to the other co-sponsors for 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝑠 2022, Security Solutions, SK Builders, Ravi Industries, Vijay Engineering, and Jasjeet Machinery Corporation. Thank you, everyone.
Taking the program ahead, now I would kindly request Dr. Ena Devresa, co-chair of 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝑠 2022, to enlighten the audience regarding the distinct findings of the conference in these 2 days. Sir, please.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, my fellow colleagues and researchers, very warm welcome and good evening to all. The first international conference in innovations in mechanical and civil engineering was timely and significant as it can at a time when the NEP 2020 is making inroads in the engineering education arena. It has the reflections of demographic changes, the drive for the quality assurance, and the imperatives for relevance in ever-changing education pedagogy and research in India. The 𝐈𝐭𝐴𝑠 2022 provided an appropriate academic forum for researchers from academia and industry to exchange their findings and ideas on all mechanical engineering and civil engineering aspects. To highlight these research verticals, total 14 tracks were planned and paper presentations were spread over 30 sessions, among which 24 sessions were offline and 6 sessions were online. So 16 session chairs were invited from institutes like VNIT, Nagpur, MNIT Jaipur, COEP, Government College of Engineering Navsari, Cummins College of Engineering, MIT WPU, and from industry partners like BG Shirke Group and Henkel India Private Limited. Total 133 papers were presented over 2 days addressing various domains in the field of mechanical and civil engineering. Among these, the domains which were addressed over these 2 days were numerical simulations and FEA analysis, ranging over a wide range of applications like tubular combustion, then crash analysis using multi-objective optimization, battery and diesel engine thermal analysis, frontiers of advanced topics like behavior characterization techniques of composite material, novel polymer structures for adsorption. It also highlighted the multidisciplinary topics like Nari Pariksha as a modern diagnostic tool, bio-inspired wing flapping mechanisms and use of bio-implants in orthodontics. Renewable energy and auto-implementable airbags for drones was one of the vertical that was highlighting the recent change or trends in the advance of mechanical engineering and civil engineering. Among civil engineering, the verticals those were addressed during these paper presentations were 3D concrete printing, carbon nanotubes used in construction, metro rails and its allied verticals, advanced construction materials, remote sensing and GIS, and water waste management. So it is humble beginning from PCCoE to provide unique platform to various researchers, and looking forward to encouraging response from the fraternity in August 2023, that is 𝐈𝐵𝐴 2023. With this, I'll conclude the findings, major findings of 𝐈𝐵𝐴 2022. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us regarding the conference findings. Further, I request Dr. Rachna Patil, co-chair of 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022, to again enlighten us regarding the findings of these 2 days. Ma'am, please.
All the dignitaries on the dais. Good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust, Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering, I, Dr. Rachna Patil, Technical Program Chair of 6th International Conference on Computing, Communication, Control and Automation, is honored and delighted to deliver the summary of proceedings of the conference. 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022 has provided an international open forum for 160 plus educators, engineers and researchers of various universities across the India and abroad to disseminate their latest research work and share their experiences and research output on all aspects of computing, communication, control and automation. 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022 has been a great success as it has ensured that many important aspects are accomplished in this duration. Some of the accomplishments which I would like to highlight here are: the conference has received 655 research papers from various premium institutions and industries, whereas 158 papers are accepted for presentation and to be included in the conference proceeding. Out of these 158 papers, 142 papers are from research institutions, whereas 4 papers are from industry. We received 12 papers from international universities, and 25 plus papers are received from various premium institutions like NIT, IIT and regional colleges across India. The special track of research advancement, information system and artificial intelligence and blockchain technology was arranged, where 12 international papers were presented from the various countries like Malaysia, France and Vietnam. It is important to highlight here that we have received varied paper on interesting topics in today's era like honeypot for crypto mining, autonomous mobile robot and data visualization for electronic vehicles and many more. I'm sure that this has provided an exchange platform for all of us to collaborate for the future research. 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2022 is technically co-sponsored by IEEE Pune section, and all the presented papers will be published in IEEE Explorer, which is Scopus indexed and which is one of the top 5 research databases. The conference has provided an opportunity to reflect on what has been happening around the world, perspectives on current research trends through 15 different tracks and 25 parallel sessions. I am certain that the takeaways from this conference will further deepen our thinking and it will stimulate our research work for future. I am truly satisfied that all our delegates were able to experience many different verticals in the area of computing and communication. Let me wish all of us a lot of energy, enthusiasm, a shared trust, and resolve on our way towards the better future for all of us. To conclude, thank you all of us for your efforts, and I'm looking forward to see you all in 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 2023. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to have Mr. Nilesh Adkar as one of our guests today. He holds the position of Manager, Application Engineering, Henkel India Private Limited. He has also served as a Regional Manager, TCS, for overseas territories. He has completed his graduation in Mechanical Engineering from Nagpur University, and he has done his MBA in Marketing from IIBM Pune. Without further delay, I would like to request Sir for his address.
Good afternoon, friends, respected delegates on the dais, teaching and non-teaching staff, and can I call the 𝐷𝐿𝐻 ambassadors here, Loctite 𝐷𝐻 ambassadors? I can see many of the similar faces. So to proceed with, may I ask a very simple questions? Any one of you have the old phone which has a keypad on it? Anyone in the hall? Right. I mean, this question might be irrelevant to this kind of an audience, but the answer has a lot of meaning to it. The meaning is, in order to stay competitive in the market, in order to succeed, upgradation and innovations are important. And I guess that's the theme of these conferences we are organizing here. And I think I'm really proud and happy because, as mentioned in my introduction, after coming to India, this is my first association. Even we haven't attended any of the internal meeting, Piyush, but I think coming to PCCoE and having this event, we say law of conservation of energy cannot be created, but that energy is actually transformed into me. So many, many thanks. So when we talk about, thank you. So when we talk about the innovation, does it really requires a lot of things in order to have an innovation? The first thing means I would like to share some tips what could be add to the contribution in a journey of innovation. So creativity. Creativity is the first step that actually takes to a journey of the innovation. In order to make an innovation, what is required is to listen and understand the challenges and the problem. I think most of you have seen the video of train. Does anyone remember what is the weight that 3 grams of adhesive can carry? 208. Sir, this answer gives me that they have really a certified expert. So 208 tons, 3 grams of adhesive. So first of all, in order to understand challenge and the problem, then only you get the goal, what exactly you need to do in that direction, and that's why we innovate this kind of a Henkel patented innovation product. I'll give you a classic example. I think Praful, you mentioned if time is a money. Actually, I will prove it. If, not if. Time is certainly a money. One of the leading cement plant in India, and they trust a partner like Henkel and the Loctite. They say, sir, we have a challenge, our machine stop in the cement plant. And when the machine stop in a cement plant, what does it mean? Time is a money. So it means the entire plant is stopped, the productivity, the loss is in the millions. So they said, do you have anything that can stop this sticking issue? There is some issue related to it. So our scientist team based in Pune worked in that direction. So again, listening comes in the process. And then trying and understand what is benchmark available. So you have to, my dear students and the experts here, you also need to understand what is benchmark in that current technology in this one. So basically, if I again take back you to our day-to-day life, the making an omelette or making a dosa, frying pan. The frying pan, it has a PTFE material. So if you have such kind of a low surface energy material that can be applied on the machine, that can definitely solve this sticking issue. And you will be really surprised the problem which available in India is the same problem also across available in all the cement plant across the globe. So it means, no challenge is small or a big. You just need to have the open mindedness. So that's again a one tip that goes into an innovation direction. So that's how we evolved and introduce our oleophobic and those kind of coatings in the market very recently. And I think I was reading, there were your keynote speakers, recycling, sustainability. These are some of the initiatives the people are focusing. Can you think that you can also contribute to the net zero or reducing the carbon footprint? I think the answer comes yes. If I start and give an examples, like saving energy is nothing but the contribution to the contributing to a carbon net zero and reducing the carbon deposit. So there are many water handling pumps. Maybe in your campus, have you given a thought, how can I reduce the energy? And I think Deshmukh sir, this is your favorite subject, that the pump, if a protective coating being applied, it actually reduces the consumption in that direction. So that's how we can contribute to the sustainability. And one last classic example I would like to give you, that Almirah. Again, innovation cannot be out of the box, right? It's again coming from our day-to-day life. Almirah, before if you open the door, what you find, there is a stiffener at the back. So earlier, the stiffener used to be bolted, riveted. There are many technologies which we taught to our students. These are the conventional methods. But these conventional methods also have a challenges. What are those challenges? You cannot weld dissimilar material. You need to maintain the certain thickness of the material. So again, understand the challenge and the focus. So in order to improve the productivity, what is being required, you need a solution that can illuminate the problem. So there are many adhesives are available. So I'm not here to sell any of adhesive to you, but just giving these case studies an example how an innovation can be supported. So to conclude with, I will say, sir, I have seen yesterday all of your students who has a project, manufacturing of electric vehicles, solar panel vehicles, agricultural vehicles. I would like to announce from this dais, we would like to definitely support all those teams, and they are welcome to our Loctite Center for their projects purpose. So I think that's the energy, definitely I can take it forward, and then my all the best to the organizer and the entire college, that as a Henkel, as a Loctite, we will definitely support in future as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your address. Dear all, our next guest for today is Mr. Dheeraj Chaurasia. Sir is the head vehicle integration R&D with Torque Motors India Private Limited and is the representative from IEEE Pune section. He is also a founder of Inspire to Inspire. He holds a degree in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. So I would now like to request Dheeraj sir for his address.
So thank you once again to invite me here, and good evening and welcome to all dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. So thank you for the introduction, and so I'm just putting a thought forward. I'm part of industry, although. So during my college days, second year, I've been the part of IEEE, and currently this is 7th continuing year of active membership. So, especially for students, so this is my transition where I did from the college days, and now I'm the professional members. So basically, once you complete your graduations, you are turned into young professionals. And I tell you, so during college days, since second year, I've been part of various conferences. I also have papers over IEEE. And trust me, as sir mentioned, listening is something very important for innovation. And I feel if you think that I don't have any projects to do and move onward, so trust me, every day and every movement that you do, there is some problems that you can identify. It upons you how you survey or how you actually look at the things, listen to the people and observing the things around.
So I did, I think, 4 projects during my college days, and each of the project were based on the survey I did in the college campus itself. That was the problem related to the transportation. That was the problem related to mesh facility, where people were absent and people didn't knew that how many student count or the faculty count are there to maintain the proper food. Third was related to the kitchen, where I see actually my mom also, there is issue where I turn the heat generation of the kitchen into the electricity, definitely with the things which is lying down there. And fourth was related to the attendance system in the college. So all of the projects were very much appreciated. I was awarded also for the projects, and then ultimately I've been part of the and trust me, for all this process IEEE helped me a lot. You have various technical aspects things there, and we have the papers over the IEEE Explorer, and we have the faculties from the college. And also, I mean, I do remember my project was supported by my HOD, and the way I challenged sir, I want to do this, and he was like, he was unable to support me for various things. He called me once and asked, are you comfortable when I change the project title for you? It is very much impossible for other people, but I can do that for you if you feel that, because I'm unable to support you. And he tried supporting me with all the support he can give. He gave me many contact references. So every Saturday, Sunday off college days, I was visiting new other faculties who can help me out with my project. But I said, no sir, I'll do it, and don't worry, we'll make it sir. And that project was also, I mean, awarded. So this is where, and definitely for all these situations, I mean, association with IEEE helped me technically. I then joined a startup which is called Torque Motors, and luckily I'm the part, or you can say a founding member as a team with the Torque Motors. And all the theory part that I did in the college, eventually again doing it practically, challenging the things. Every startup lies only when they can challenge the situation or industry. And this is where then I've been part of IEEE Collaborative, where it is just a social media platform. What we say now, we have a technical forum which is called IEEE Collaborative. If you have any questions, so every issues that I was getting in the industry during my course of time, where we're working on various things. I worked on most of the components of the EV, and finally then I was awarded this position to lead the integration department. So Collaborative there helped me a lot, and then I got associated with IEEE Pune section. And there are already 2,000 plus members with IEEE Pune section. Almost more than 20% are from the professional, young professionals. And they all people are awesome people from industry who are various, I mean, they hold the leadership role in the industry. And they all people, they are closely working, and I'm also putting my effort to actually, I was asking with sir, I mean, how many papers were from the industry and then academics. So we are working a lot to bridge that gap also. How, because if you see, many startups are there, and technology is, I mean, most of the technology is being pushed by the startups. Although such kind of conferences and technical stuff, we miss many papers from that side. We are working on that also to sort it out and bring some collaboration with the industry. Because trust me, whatever we test as a product, most of the facilities and test cases have been already done in the colleges. And we as a company, as a startup, we actually use many of the facilities from the college. So there are various test standards and compliances that you have to meet when you roll out the product, depends on the nature of the product. And IEEE standards are also there, which is very much important, mostly for the IoT. And IoT is something also that is booming nowadays, and probably is now the future of computing, and definitely the objective of the conference. And Pune section is really supporting such kind of conference. It's been 6th year of collaboration, and hope 7th year will also continue with the same collaboration, and will definitely work together to bring more papers, and will have the quality papers definitely. That you have, as you mentioned, 600 plus papers were there, and almost 155 were selected, which is nearly around 25%. We hope that will increase, and more papers will be there across, I mean, global platform. And once again, I thank everyone, and thank you sir for inviting me here. And we are also going to have one more congress for the students, that is known as AISY WLC, which is done every year, which is called it is mainly for the students, young professionals, WIE, if you know, Women's in Engineering, and for the life members, who are, they are the retired member who share their experience and the contribution they have created or given to the sections as well as the students like you. I invite you there also, and I'll reach through ma'am on how to involve students and members there. Definitely that conference is very much important for students, basically targeted for students, where we are inviting people from the industry who can actually be who can actually help the students in their transition from the student to the professionals, either the academics on the higher education side or in the industry. So I look forward for that contribution also. And thank you once again, sir and ma'am, and to all the audience present here, delegate and speakers.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, let me have the privilege to introduce our guest today, Mr. Atul Kurani. He is the Vice President, Global Head, Medical Practice, Head of IoT and IIoT, Capgemini Engineering, with more than 30 plus years of experience in the various vertices like medical devices, storage, automation, IoT, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. He has an appreciable global working experience. It's an honor to have you with us today, sir. So I now request sir for his address.
Good evening, and thank you, team. The very fact that I'm addressing you as a team itself says that what as a sponsor we feel about this association. There is nothing about the distinction between who can contribute to technology. It can come from academia, it can come from researchers, it can come from industry, and we are a team to actually take possibly like a larger vision statement of taking India to the next level. Okay, so this, I think like a couple of, two things I noted from, two things I noted from the past speakers, Nilesh and Dheeraj. Listening is important, right? And at least in my industry, as the seniority goes, it is inversely proportional. Okay, so sorry about that. I have to learn a lot of things about you, and I totally agree with you, Nilesh. That's definitely part of this, I can say, observation. Second thing, I think Dheeraj spoke a little bit about IoT. Important part about IoT, very simple thing if you look into it. What are we talking about? It is like everything getting connected, right? Connect everything, transform everything, right? It's a very simple thing. But let us set a basic premise. What is a IoT and what is gimmickry? Okay, having some clap and turning the bulb up, playing your Alexa playlist, these are good. I'm not saying that this created a lot of interest, it get you there. But the things which are going to solve the day-to-day problems, the things where possibly we can get some new discoveries happening through the data which possibly has not been harnessed, is what I consider as a true achievement of IoT, and we will talk about it. Now take a very simple case of possibly having your fork and you are eating it, right? If the fork has a sensor on its tip, and possibly if you can just make it out for the people who are doing exercise for every 45 minutes or 1 hour in the day, if you can just control your eating habit, you can achieve the same result. What would you prefer? Okay, you should not chew very fast, right? Very simple thing. Okay, and how would you know that? If there is a way, a mobile can alert you to say that you are eating too fast. What is hurry? This food is for you, huh? So why you hurry? So if you can just do that minor changes, okay, then still you can achieve that, right? So there is a product which is called as a Happy Fork, HAPI, and you can buy it down with the entire set of spoon, fork, and knife at $45. And it is a big company in US, okay, because many of the people who were paying for 24 Fitness are actually buying $45 kit. Okay, so that's one. Now take another example. Just see like how it is transforming, because I said connect everything, transform everything, right? How do you transform? If you can see like the huge washing machine, powders machine, Tide. Okay, if you look into shaving companies selling all the blades, okay, let us say Gillette. Now, if you see, they have come up with almost like 6 years back what they call it as a dash button. What is the dash? On your washing machine, you have a Tide dash. Just press it and it reorders a Tide for you because it is connected to your mobile sends it down, Tide sends it up to you. Okay, so this was something which is there. But important thing, what you have to understand, a washing machine company has to change its behavior to become a technology company. So now, if you were to employ a people in that with a detergent knowledge, most possibly you have to employ the people with technology knowledge. And as soon as the technology comes, your and me, we should actually get very much excited and fascinated, because so far, till 2000 and I can say 20 or possibly yes, 2019-20, we are considered across the globe as a fast followers. Indians are the best fast followers. You teach me something and I can do much faster than you, better than you. This is what we do. But are we called as innovators? Definitely not, because innovation system requires a different mindset. When your academics are totally loop-sided to get the numbers only, you can't innovate. When you have a parents protecting a child till possibly he doesn't earn, even if he's 50, then there is no innovation. When you have an innovation system that at 16 you are thrown out of the house and you have to earn, necessities will create to innovate. Okay, so that innovation culture has built over a period of time. It cannot happen all of a sudden in India. But then something happened that all of a sudden in technology, it is the first time we can be an innovator. And that is all about digital. See, digital is a data journey, very simple thing. It is data to information to knowledge to wisdom. Okay, data has to go through that. So whatever you get it down, where you are Googling it, and many people have complained that people know the answers before the professor is writing on the board, right? So what he's got, mostly the information part is there, but there is no knowledge. But then professor gets into the knowledge part of it. But what he does with the knowledge is the wisdom part of it, right? So unless you go to that wisdom level, actually it is an investment journey. You have to keep on pouring the money. It will never give you the much thing. See, like people are saying that I will do industry 4.0 and we will tell you in prediction that when the machine is going to fail. The person who works on a shop floor for 20 years, by just the noise of a machine tells you it is going to fail. He doesn't require all these technologies to do this and $1 million of investment to say that. So it is until you say with the wisdom, this particular CNC machine is going to fail on Thursday, 11:35 p.m., then I know there is a wisdom. You have triangulated the data, you have seen what is all the sensors are doing, what is the throughput about it, what is the wear and tear of it, and you require a lot of correlation engines to be built. Till you reach there, nobody is going to invest that 1 million, whatever you do, however great you are in industry 4.0. Okay, so it is not going to happen. Now, if this is the case, okay, if this is the case that you have to go for a wisdom, till you reach that wisdom point, you are just pouring the money. Nobody knows actually that whether we will make a money from IoT. Nobody knows. But it has become a necessary evil. If you don't have it, you will not be able to sell the product. That's a different part. So to do the business, you will have to do. Not all IoT test use cases are going to make money, but it is enough to get a stickiness with the customer. It knows that, oh, I also have a digital, I can also do a little bit, okay, but push of a button, I will know, like possibly when I am in a car, I'll push the button, my fan in the home will start. Perfectly okay, you can do so. That will be there. That will be a gimmicky part of it. But nobody is going to buy a car for starting a fan from your car. Nobody is going to do that, right? Nobody does that. So get out of that gimmicky part of it. That's what I'm saying. What is a true IoT? I'm getting into it. Very soon I'm going to get into true IoT piece of it. And that's where we should be. Again, I'm holding the other point also, that why Indians should be very proud. So in 2020, first thing we all agree that it is an investment journey. And unless we go to the wisdom part, nobody can make a money. When you have to make an investment journey, you will require a digital talent. This is the digital game of data, very simple. You will have to put money for that. Digital talent across the globe is very, very expensive. Okay, and if you see the data of last year, we had 75 unicorns in last year. Possibly this year we will have more than 120 unicorns by the end of the year. Which means that Indians, though we have figured and we have fought over languages and everything, but the Sabji Wali knows to operate an English web app or a mobile app to get the money. She has figured out. She doesn't know anything about English, but she uses English app. Okay, so utna smart hai. So wherever we find what is convenient to us, we always learn. That's what we have done. So in general, India has a huge digital talent. Which is the other country who has a huge digital talent? It is China. Due to polarization of the world, it is very simple. People have taken a side, okay, that where they will go. And good part is that whatever has happened with the country, we are in a good spot. Okay, we definitely will beat China because a part is product security, which is you can't trust Chinese with that. And I'm taking it on the forum that is already on the public domain. Nobody will trust their products with the Chinese people. Second thing is obviously the language barrier. So whatever we curse to Britishers, English is helping us. Okay, so it is helping us. So that's what is very natural to us. It is helping us. Now, this is an investment journey. You are not finding the talent in a scale across. It is a necessary evil to actually do it. Otherwise, you will not be able to sell it down. Where will you find the people? You will find the people only in India. Only in India. So if it is only in India, if you have a monopoly, obviously you should control the market. Very simple thing, right? So we are right now at a space in digital, any field, any sector, you take it. India is controlling it. So first time you are moving from a smart follower to an innovator. One was because if you can prove a product in India, you can prove it anywhere in the world. That's the first part. Then that's what everybody did it down. All the mobile apps. I've been across the globe, even during COVID times. Nobody has the apps which we created in last 2 years or 3 years of that efficiency, which gives you everything on your fingertips. That's what Indians have done with the digital. We have learned it very, very fast. We have scaled up fast. And if it is an investment journey, it has to be from India. There is no way. So that particular part of saying that, okay, it will emerge in the West and India will follow it down. Now you have people who know what to do with the data sitting here in this room. And you would be that innovator. So first thing, change your outlook. Change your outlook that we have to turn our wheels to say that we know this stuff better than you. Unless you believe that we can do better than you, you will never be able to do so. Huh? So first thing is please change your mindset. So that's the first part of I can say IoT. Now come to the IoT. I come a professional world and I will make a money on anything which a customer is willing to pay, right? So that's a cutthroat professional industry we are. 70% of IoT projects fail. Do you know why? 70% of the IoT projects fails is because most of the times IoT projects are being conceived by the technocrats. Technical people are not your end users. What an end user that Savitribai Phule requires, that you have to go and understand, then you will be able to sell that product to him. Do you know where does Airtel makes maximum money? Do you know what? Totally surprised if you go and look their P&L for last year. They made a largest amount of money selling the SIM for the machine which announces कि इतने पैसे मिले Paytm पे. That's where they made it. That was a business model. Okay, so you see, you don't try to sell it down to corporate that I will do a corporate sell, change everything for let us say PCCoE and everybody should have a Vodafone thing. Nobody's going to buy that. But if you do that announcement in a vernacular language, you have a use case which everybody will take it, understand that. So it has to be conceived with a user in mind. That is the first piece. Second thing is IoT going to compromise the security? That's the second piece, is always there, how secure it is. Security is a big problem, but during COVID times, we started trusting each other a lot. There was a huge, I can say, issues that if you start working from home, there will be like a lot of threats of a device getting compromised and everything. Nothing like that happened. Why did it happen? I think possibly hackers were also a little reasonable not to trouble us during the COVID times. Huh? So just wanted to let you know that. So they were reasonable enough not to do that. But that doesn't mean that there are no loopholes there. There are definitely loopholes there. Okay. But over a period of time, as the things mature, okay, we start figuring out the loopholes also. Like around 8 years back, we would always said that cloud will not work. At least on a responsive application, which are real-time, cloud will not work. This was always an answer given by the people of my team. Right now, I think these are the first people who will say, even before any rain makes money or not, but this cloud will make a money. Huh? So everybody's on a cloud journey. Okay, so it has happened over a period of time. So over a period of time, at least the basic VPN made sure that the devices are not getting compromised. That helped. Okay, and at least like there are, I can say, 90% of the things where people are okay that even if there is a loss of 100 rupees for that particular thing, I'm okay to experiment technology. So you have to give a respect to the people where you have your inhibitions and people will not try it out. People don't assume that people will try it out. So it's up to that particular part. Like you are not an end user. Figure the end user. That's the second. third piece what we have seen why IoT projects fail is that many a times what you feel is the data which is used for POCs or MVPs are not good enough for actually production environment. People try to do a POC to say that I can show you something, let us say working for, let us say in this parking lot, 5 parking lot, I will do IoT. And then it can be extrapolated, it can be done to 100 also. Or aisa nahi hota hai. It never happens. That extrapolation theory doesn't work. Okay, when you scale up, okay, you will see that there are a lot of problems will happen. The things which gets arranged within that 5, I can say cars to, when you go to 50, you will see the range problem, you will see the, I can say connectivity, speed problem, you will see a lot of things which are possibly never been done. So that data which works in POC normally doesn't work in production, and that's where it is very important to understand that whether you have a meaningful data. That's the third part where it falls. And the fourth and the largest piece is the talent. Where do you get a talent? Where do you get a talent? We are sitting here. Do you think why are we here? We have been forced by the industry where the supply chain has been totally broken to such a level that we are not finding the talent. The very fact that industry academia should have happened way back. All the people who have studied in US, they come and rue about that there is such a great industry collaborations with academia, but it is not in India. But nothing has been done. Why nothing was done? Because we were getting what we were getting it down and we were making money out of it. Finally, we have started showing that money is dipping, we are not getting the talent. That's why industry is coming at your door. So it is a perfect time, absolutely perfect time, where industry has come and they will invest into the talent in the, I can say academia, because you are left shifting everything. You are making the people which we are supposed to train, once they come into industry, we start training in 6th sem, 7th sem, do an internship, get them ready and get them deployable. So it is all about the economics eventually. But should it stop here? Definitely should not stop here. If this was something we were doing, this is an opportunity for whatever reason it has happened. Now let us make it sure, commitment from my side, commitment from your side, that it is not a singular event for this talent crunch. It should continue. It should continue, and that's where commitment is very important, and choosing the right partner is very important. Colleges need to choose a right partner from our industry. Industry need to pick up a right partner from academia, which has a good cultural fit. Okay, so your theory and my theory is nothing to do here. Okay, always we are all engineers, right? PCM, physics, chemistry, maths. Physics is all technology, and most possibly we have the technology. Industry knows that, and you also know the technology. You'll read a lot. We both have it. We don't require that. Okay, we normally will figure it out. Math is all commercial piece. How much I will pay you, how much you require it down. Eventually we'll figure it out. But where will you get a chemistry? It's a chemistry which makes a difference. Figure out what is the right chemistry for the right association. That's where you will find your group. Okay, so that's the third piece. And now, if this was the 4 reasons which I gave why IoT fails, you know exactly what you need to do. You are in a driver's seat. You know the plethora of technologies. You are capable of doing it. You do a lot of science project here for various connectivity and showcasing everything. Now, how do you harmonize that and monetize that and take it to make it a science project to something which is a commercial project? That's a gap. That gap we should work together, and that's why we should be a team. A science project needs to convert into a commercial project. At certain level, it will not even be a commercial project. It can be something which can do good to the mankind. I come from a medical world. I spoke about a use case right now, that what you can do with IoT, right? Can you just imagine that right now there are people who are having heart problems? And do you know, when you have a heart problem, I'll just take a few minutes. Am I having time? Are you? See, anybody who feels that it is not interesting, they can leave also, they can raise a hand also, and they can ask me to shut down also. I should make a sense to 200 people here. They are putting 1 hour with me, so it should be interesting for all of you. Huh? Otherwise, there should not be like a loss of money here. We are a businessman here, nothing should be lost. Go ahead. So I was talking a little bit about IoT piece of it. Whenever you are actually working with your heart, you know what is it has. It has a top atrium, bottom ventricle, and it is pushing. What is happening? Impure blood coming. Okay, comes to atrium, goes to the lung gives the oxygen, ventricle pushes it up, goes the pure blood into the body. Basic pump here, nothing else, right? Now, when you are doing something like this, what is happening is continuously it is doing something. At certain point in time, there are multiple heart diseases, but I am talking about one of them. Okay, one of them, that this particular part where is the maximum work happening? Maximum work happens at a ventricle when it has to push, because if you can't push that blood enough, then not a proper blood goes into blood supply is there, and you will feel fatigue. You will feel fatigue because not enough blood circulation is happening. So when you happen to figure it out here, doctor will start doing medication, will try to do a lot of things to correct it down, but once the pump has that elastic gone, it is difficult to get that elastic back. Just wanted to let you know. These are the cases where you require heart transplant. So I'm not talking about everything, I'm talking about something in this particular case, and there are lot and lot of people where the ventricles becomes bulgy. They become bulgy, doesn't have the strength to push the blood down. This is one of the symptoms of heart where you require heart transplant. Now, heart transplant has been in the business for almost a decade now, where people carry a heart on a backpack. What are you doing? You are actually connecting your inputs and output, both are like arteries and veins, and connecting it down to the pump, which is nothing but that pump which I said does the same thing, and you do that. But when you get a heart transplant done with a mechanical pump, possibly at this time, you can last for anything between 3 to 4 years. Eventually it will fail. The reason is exactly at the corners where your physical part goes to the mechanical part, that's where the tissue starts breaking. At certain point in time, that nozzle will go away and you will give up on that and you will die. Okay, so it's 3 to 4 years, you get an extension. Okay, you can write a will and everything. You can do in 3 4 years a lot of things. So you can do so. There's nothing wrong about it. But then, can you come up with something which can do totally different thing? Instead of replacing the heart, can you just replace a left ventricle? So a muscle which was having full, now can you do a little bit of it? I work with a customer which creates a heart pump which is of a size of a bobbin. You will easily understand, all the women will understand because they are used to throw the bobbins also at certain times, right? So the bobbins are there, okay? So that bobbins are there. That bobbin, if it can take a blood from top ventricle and then put it down straight to your artery back with the same pressure which your left ventricle would have done, this is called as a left ventricle assist device. It's called as 𝐈𝐴𝐷𝐿VAD. You can do a research, very very simple. Today evening you should spend some videos on 𝐿VAD. Okay, so once you get an 𝐿VAD done, you will last anything between 6 years right now. And the reason why it is just 6 years, because it is a pump, and the pump gets a wiring out of your stomach where you put a battery. Okay, it has a zinc coil on that, it runs over it. In 6 years possibly it gives up and there is a problem there. And the battery also gives up and there is a problem there. We are working on a research right now to see, okay, can we extend the life? Now comes the IoT piece of it. This pump has a mobile app. It tells you exactly how much it is pumping. If you want to say that I want to sleep for certain times, you want to conserve your energy, you can reduce the speed of the pump, like what your heart would have done, but it is a bobbin, right? Okay, so you have to do it mechanically. If you are running, and you can run with this type of things also, and you want to increase your metabolism, you can increase the speed of the pump. That happens through the mobile app. And how it is happening? This gets connected to, I can say mobile is controlling the speed. But it seems like there could also be a problem that pumps malfunction, you are done, right? You are done, totally done. Okay, so doctors should know about it. So then it gets connected to the cloud. It gets connected to the cloud, doctor knows how your pump is working and how you are doing. Most of the time, patient doesn't even recognize. Doctor calls him and says, you have a problem, come. Okay, so now just see, this was the pump. You have a Fitbit. In few years, you will have at least dozens of biosensors in your body. I predict that in the next 10 years, what will happen? A part, obviously your life expectancy will go by 10 years. I assure you will die less of a physical disease, but by stress, okay? Because that you can't control, right? So that will happen. But the second thing is that our life expectancy is going to grow, and it will be very proactive. Proactive, doctor calling you that you need an I can say medicine, you need a help. That is what is going to happen in 10 years. Yeah. And what is this? This is classic IoT. This is a life-saving IoT. This is not an IoT which is play my 𝐕𝐚𝐥𝐶𝐿 Kumar songs. Huh? And that is also very good. Huh? 𝐕𝐚𝐥𝐶𝐿 Kumar songs are very, very good. It also can save the life in certain cases. Okay? But actually when you do need that blood in the heart, it will not. Okay? So just wanted to let you know, this is IoT. And where is this happening? The story which I said, where is it happening? It is happening in a Airoli campus with Capgemini. So who is doing it? I have a typical team, and my boss is sitting here. He gives me, for every 10 people, I have to take 5 freshers. So these are freshers from your colleges, from other colleges. They are doing that wonders. And why they are doing the wonders? Because the people who are having a lot of training are having a lot of biases also. People who come with a clean slate can challenge us, can ask us to do something. Obviously, I do a training. I don't let them ask too many questions, otherwise when they will do the work. So you have to do the work also. So everything is important, right? So with that, I want to say that this is happening in India. Can you believe that? Something a cardiology, which was something a cardiologist takes 10 years to actually figure it out. This is the freshers from your colleges and people from other colleges, and along with our team in India is doing it down. And this is an extended arm of Abbott. This is what we do. Okay. Now, if Abbott can put this class 3 device in our hands to say that you are the person who knows it down, this definitely is changing the perception. We are no longer a fast followers. We can do a not only incremental change, but we'll do a step change innovations. Okay, so that's what possibly I'll stop here. I will talk a little bit more about digital happiness sometimes later, but I just want to make it sure digital is great, but eventually digital should make you happy. And happiness at certain point in time, when you do more of same thing again and again, and you are seeing that at certain point in time we were possibly on desktop, we gave it up, we came on laptop, that is gone. Now possibly it is only mobile only as a device. We said that mobile first, that became, now it is AI first which is happening. It will happen quantum first next time. Okay, so things keep on changing. The greatest ability of Indians has been adaptability. Okay, but adaptability should not come at a compromise of a core concept and core values. Make sure that it doesn't happen. It is in your hands to make sure that people are totally engaged. They also feel proud about what is happening in India. And I'm talking about only one small piece of what Capgemini does. See what other companies in India would be doing. And this is happening under your umbrella, right? So take a pride in that. Once you have a pride, start taking a pride in your job. That's what you should cultivate, a sense of ownership to your students, that how important it is that when you see, let us say, a ventilator developed by your student, and saving somebody's life to somebody who is driving in a Mercedes, what will be you proud of? You will be proud that what my wife does it, or what my son does, what my daughter does. It is a separate part of it, right? It is at a different level. Eventually, money should be a byproduct of it. So negotiate on salary, nothing wrong about it. Negotiate on your career path, nothing wrong about it. But don't compromise on your pride and the quality of work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your refreshing and motivating words. Further, it's time to take an oath to continue this tradition of spreading knowledge and expertise in the context of research. It's an honor to call upon our conference chairs of 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 and 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐂𝐷 2022 for the baton handover process. I request Dr. 𝐒𝐂𝐲𝐞𝐿 to come forward. Thank you, sir. I further request Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐿 sir to come over. I request Gaikwad sir to talk a few words.
Yeah, before I start, I was wondering about two things by this speech. भागने के बाद और सोने से पहले और सोने के बाद अगर वो स्पीड कम और ज़्यादा करना भूल गए तो so yeah, jokes apart. Good evening all. Respected dignitaries on the dais of the dais, especially Dr. J.N. Kulkarni sir, Director PCCoE, and I will say now ex-General Chair Dr. Deshmukh sir. Yeah. My PCCoE family, all my staff members, student friends, volunteers. Special thanks first of all for believing that yes, I could be the next General Chair GC for, I will say, 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 2K23. So please loud first time. Please clap. Believe it's not only a name or one person for 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶. It is the team. From last 2 days, you all are working together. And as said rightly by sir, let us come together. So we came. Let us eat together. We eat also. And we grow together. We are growing. So first, 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 is over. 6th, 𝐈𝐂𝐄BI is also over. Now it is moved to 2nd and 7th, what we are running with. So on behalf of all civil engineering and mechanical engineering department, shall I? I agree that I will take this opportunity with your all supports and help for the next 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 2K23. Actually, when international conference, I think it is three folds, wherein the first fold is to connect and communicate researchers, to look for technical assistance for your research and variety of innovations all over and the ideas, to strengthen existing profession and exploring new career opportunities. Whereas the second fold, it goes with to get inspirations and motivational supports. It is to mentor others which are new beginners, to improve presentations and communication skills, where the last threefold comes with for personal branding and CV building, to create citation loops and feedback loop, and last we can say it is travel also. So for 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 2022, as rightly said, it was mechanical and civil with 9 and 5 tracks. Almost 268 last was the count on CMET, out of which 133 papers we could make for the presentation. And now the next opportunity for whom? Those who are missed this train, 𝐈𝐂 or 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 2K23 is another chance. You all who are not presented papers or presented the ideas through your research. 34 years of education policy, it is going to change. Now it is called 21st century with NEP, National Education Policy, which is based on 4 pillars rather. It is access, equity, quality and accountability with 5-3-3-4 structure. Yes, of course, all the tracks will try to modify according to those NEPs. Also, the protections of 7 global challenges which I came up, that is food, forest, water energy, cities, climate and ocean preservations, can be incorporated in various tracks of civil and mechanical with blends even, and with a focus on reducing the poverty and growing economies. So track can be revised accordingly. This 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 2022 was, of course, wherein we have reached all the international academicians mostly, but maybe in 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 the 2K23 we will try to reach to all the industries, and mostly it is research and development industries rather, and the people from those areas. Yes, there is a chance for all the people who have missed this time for 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 2K23 very soon. I will end up with last 2 lines. In earlier days, the kingdom or the kings extend their kingdoms by or through the yajna, so called it is 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐿, where the horse was let it go and it will be set loose, and to whatever the border it reaches, it will be yours. I think on a similar lines, the next 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 will be perform immensely on international participation rather. So 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐿 will be the aim of 𝐈𝐴𝐴𝐶 2K23, hoping the support from you all So let us start with the work from the next day, rather. It will be after holiday. But thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I further request Dr. 𝐂𝐂𝐄𝐻 to come forward for a few words.
Good afternoon all. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my colleagues and dear students. During the last 2 days, we have experienced a wonderful 6th international conference on computing, communication, control and automation, 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2022. Now it's time for passing the baton. 6th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2022 was a great success. Now we are moving towards 7th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2023. So at the first outset, I would like to thank PCET and PCCoE, ex-general chairs, for showing faith and confidence by making me general chair of 7th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2023. I will try my best to stand up to the quality of conference organization benchmarked by earlier general chairs. Number 7, it is the 7th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴. Number 7 has great significance in our lives. We have 7 colors in the rainbow, 7 days in a week. There are 7 energy centers in our body, which is topmost is the Sahasrara. After we achieve realization, we have 7 musical notes, 7 major Cs, and even the total number of continents in the world are 7. So, as General Chair of 7th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2023, my responsibility and expectations are now increased. So, in 6th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2022, 55 papers were received among 15 tracks. So we aim to enhance this target to around 850 papers, so that we can have better acceptance ratio to get the better quality papers. We also plan to enhance the sponsorship amount from our stakeholders to take care of our financial needs. We also need to explore the possibility to include selected papers in some good journals like Springer, Elsewhere, etc. And to march towards this goal, my immediate task is to build 7th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2023 team immediately. So here it reminds me the Japanese term kaizen, which means constant and never-ending improvement. So our ultimate goal is to better today than yesterday. So I appeal to our stakeholders to keep on extending support for 7th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2023. So thank you all, and let us meet again next year for 7th 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲𝐴 2023 in the same month, August, last week. Thank you.
Thank you, 𝐂𝐂𝐄𝐻 sir and 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐲 sir, for showing the enthusiasm for next 𝐈MS and 𝐈QBR 2023. The unthankful hearts discover no mercies, but the thankful heart will find in every hour some heavenly blessings. Furthermore, I would be happy to call upon Dr. S.T. Mari, Head of Civil Department, to present vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. The roots of all goodness lie in the social soil of appreciation. Also, gratitude is a wonderful way to draw more beauty into your life. So, very good evening to all the delegates on the dais and off the dais. On behalf of PCCoE 𝐈𝐂𝐲 2022 and 𝐈MS 2022 team, I, Dr. S.T. Mari, glad to be here to express vote of thanks. So we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to our guest of valedictory function, Mr. 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐂𝐄𝐝, Manager Application Engineering, Henkel India Private Limited, Dheeraj Chaurasia from IEEE Section Pune, Mr. Atul Kurani, Head IoT, IoT, Practice and Global Medical Business, Vice President, Capgemini Engineering, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. Your thoughts have truly inspired us in a simplified language. We are thankful to guest of honor for inaugural program, Dr. Anil Sahasrabuddhe, Chairman AICT New Delhi. It was our pleasure to hear him, especially highlighting importance of the emerging areas. Chief guest of inaugural function, Dr. C. Ramkrishnan, Professor, National University of Singapore. All plenary speakers, keynote speakers, and session chairs for their presence and interaction with research community. We are thankful to all trustees and management of Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust for their continuous motivation, support, and guidance. Our special thanks goes to all sponsors, platinum, gold, bronze, and complimentary. As a sponsor, your contribution is useful to enhance our conference work and hoping the same for next conference, that is 23. Any conference to be memorable if the food is going to be a backbone. So special mention to caterers, 𝐈𝐂𝐂𝐄𝐝 Resort India Private Limited. Thank you for wonderful meal and the service you provided over the 2 days. We are thankful to all housekeeping agency, security, hostel authority for maintaining the ambience, arrangements, and necessary support. The soul of this conference is our student volunteers for their energetic involvement in execution of all kind of works of this conference. They deserve this special thanks for putting the enormous efforts to make this function successful. We express our gratitude to Dr. Govind N. Kulkarni, our Director, PCCoE, for his ongoing support, inspiration, and direction since from its inception to till date. We are thankful to our Deputy Director, Dr. N.B. Chopde, all Deans, HODs, section in charges for all kind of whole support and guidance. We appreciate the tireless efforts being put by the organizing teams of both the conferences, the administrative staff and supporting staff in carrying out all kind of conference related activities. We are thankful to the publication partner of both conferences for ensuring that the research presented here will be available at their fingerprints. We are thankful to real heroes of this conference, that is presenters and attendees offline as well as the online. Due to them, the conference has become meaningful and successful. There are some unsung heroes who are the worth mentioning with no names. So with this, I want to end my speech with a quote on sustainability, which was the theme for the both the conference for 2022. The sustainable development is a process which enables all people to realize their potential and improve their quality of life in ways which protect and enhance the Earth's life support system. So with this, thank you all of you.
Thank you very much, sir, for proposing vote of thanks. Ends are not bad things. They just mean that something else is about to begin. And there are many things that don't really end. Anyway, they just begin again in a new way. Ends are not bad, and many ends are really an ending. Some things are never ending. With due permission, I would like to say few lines in Hindi. रास्तों पे चलना तो अभी शुरू किया है, फासले तो और भी बाकी है। रास्तों पे चलना तो अभी शुरू किया है, फासले तो और भी बाकी है। मंजिल को हासिल करने में थोड़ा इंतज़ार और भी बाकी है। अभी तो आपसे पहचान हुई है, आगे मुलाकातें और भी बाकी है। With this, I, Praful, declare the closure of the journey of these 2 days. See you soon in next year. Thank you.